Welcome to In Depth with Academia, where we explore the brightest, strangest, and most intriguing research from across the world of scholarship. I'm Richard Price, CEO of academia.edu, and today, I am just delighted to be chatting about a paper that, I think any lover of ancient mysteries will find pretty wild. This episode, we're diving deep into From Hand Measure to Cloth Bundle, reconstructing linear structure from HT31 and extending it to the disc, axe, and Cretan hieroglyphic by Peter Verlinden. So, total hats off to Peter for wrangling this much Bronze Age brainpower into one argument. Now, I want to be up front. Throughout this episode, welcome back to In Depth with Academia. I'm your host, Richard Price, CEO of academia.edu, and today, we're diving into the ancient and honestly pretty mysterious world of Minoan scripts. We're taking a closer look at a new paper by Peter Verlinden, which I should say I present neutrally. Remember, these are not my personal endorsements, just an exploration of some cool research you might not hear about elsewhere. All right, so what's up with this paper? The title itself sounds wild. From Hand Measure to Cloth Bundle, reconstructing linear, a structure from HT31 and extending it to the disc, axe and Cretan hieroglyphic. Whew, that's a mouthful. At its heart, the main question Peter Verlinden is asking is, can we decode the structure, not the language, but the underlying structure of the ancient Cretan script known as Linear A? Why do we care? Well, Linear A is one of those handful of writing systems from the Bronze Age Mediterranean world that just won't let itself be deciphered. And it's like this massive jigsaw puzzle for linguists, archaeologists, anyone fascinated by lost histories. If Linear A could be unraveled, it could change how we view the origins of bureaucracy, religion, and trade across the ancient Mediterranean. No small stakes, right? Now, what's really neat here, and this is where the paper is a little different, is that its whole point is not chasing the old question of what language Linear A encodes. Instead, Verlinden is about structure. He's looking for the grammar, if you like, of how information is organized in these tablets. Peter isn't trying to tell you what every sign means in your native language or his, but how the meaning is built by the system. There's a big emphasis throughout the paper that these findings are hypotheses, not hard facts. So please, listener, don't take this as gospel. As always, academic research means more questions, new ideas, and hopefully new discoveries down the road. Okay, let's talk method for a second. Peter uses a comparative approach. That means instead of staring only at Linear A in isolation, he places it alongside other ancient scripts. Linear B, the Phaistos disc, the Archelocoriax, and Cretan hieroglyphic, comparing their layouts, their sign usage, and, crucially, the way they structure records. He's looking for patterns like how ledgers in Crete seem to go recipient, commodity, quantity, total. Something like, to the goddess Assasara, 10 hand measures of grain, total. Verlinden even brings AI into the party, running tests using ChatGPT to see if these recurring patterns hold up statistically. That's kind of cool, honestly. So, what does he find? Well, he argues there's a stable, bureaucratic grammar, not tied to any particular spoken language, that shows up across all these writing systems. Even as words change, the way information is organized remains pretty much constant. It's like, in English, we borrow words from French, Latin, everywhere, but the bones of our sentences, subject, verb, object, they stay put. I should pause and say, there are plenty of digressions I could go down. For instance, I remember wandering the Heraclean Archaeological Museum and staring for way too long at the Phaistos disc, thinking, how on earth did they plan the spiral so perfectly? But anyway, back on track. Two really tangible insights from this paper. First, the identification of certain key words through structure rather than guesswork. For example, QAPA is split into QA, which means hand, and PA meaning portion, so hand measure. SUPU is cloth bundle. These aren't just stabs in the dark, they're supported by comparative evidence, like the way hand is used as a measurement in Egyptian and Semitic systems, or cloth bundles showing up in both Near Eastern and Mycenaean accounts. And then, the big one, Verlinden finds you can take this same structure and apply it right across multiple Minoan and later Cypriot scripts. The bureaucracy of recording offerings to deities stays surprisingly consistent. On the Phaistos disc and Archelocori axe, He argues, you've got the same chunks of information. Recipient, commodity, measure, sum, sometimes even inverted, almost like the goddess is giving gifts